amazing how tame a wild animal can get. This old fellow was brought in here pretty badly hurt. Well, they nursed him back to health, but he would probably never make it on his own again. With the human contact he's had, he has lost that wildness that is so essential for survival. Here you go. He's a monk seal. They're unique to the Hawaiian Islands, and they're also in trouble. It's a strange thing. You'd think that wildness, that sensitivity to humans, would work to the benefit of the seals. Instead, it may be the cause of the problem. 3 young monk seals. Pretty soon, they're going to have to make it on their own. This is the last meal of frozen fish they'll ever get. 4 o'clock the next morning. While Honolulu sleeps, biologists and seals are on the move.
We're going to get the animals' weights, and then we're going to load them in the vehicles, and we'll take off for Barbers Point.
Bill Gilmartin leads a team that's raised the seals from pups over the last year.
133.
Now the seals are going back to the wild, courtesy of the United States Coast Guard. It's a routine ocean patrol flight with some decidedly non-routine passengers. Tim Girardet has to keep them cool during the 5-hour flight. 1,400 miles out to the end of the Hawaiian chain to the remote island of Kure. Human beings are Coast Guard or biologists, but everybody is under the command of the CO, including right now, the 3 young seals. Compared to a 30-foot pool in Honolulu, Kure definitely has advantages. But before the seals are given the run of the place, they'll have time to acclimate in a large holding pen along the beach.
That's open yet. I think it's all right, Michelle. She'll probably try to go uphill. When she sees that's open there, she'll go. Oh, now she sees it.
It's the first beach she's seen since she was picked up as an orphan pup a year ago from French frigate shoals, Hawaiian Islands 700 miles away, that have the largest remaining colony of monk seals. At first, she's not quite sure whether she's supposed to move down the beach or up. Then she gets the idea, and there's that first delicious taste of real Pacific Ocean. Time for a quick swim before her 2 sisters arrive.
Looks like she's chasing some fish already.
Laysan albatross and their chicks, the original goonie birds. The masked booby. Kure Atoll is a wildlife paradise. Shattering sooty terns in the thousands. Gaudy frigate birds. Once it was a paradise for monk seals, too. They'd sleep on the beach, then amble down to the water when they felt like it to go fishing. That all changed in 1960 when the Coast Guard built a transmitter here for the Loran navigation system. People have to run the station, and for the first time, the wildlife had company in the lagoon and on the beaches. The birds didn't seem to mind, but the timid seals, especially the females, were constantly disturbed. The consequences were tragic.
They're disturbed on the beach, and they will go into the water more frequently. Therefore, they're exposed to all the dangers, sharks mainly. The second problem with human contact has to do with the adult females. They will not give birth if there's humans around disturbing them.
So the females would leave the prime pupping beaches on the main island and swim out to the shifting sandbars in the lagoon to give birth.
Pups don't swim well right after birth, and those islands, very small, they can change shape overnight or even disappear altogether. And so any pup that's born there has a much lower chance of survival.
One year, only one pup survived out of 30 born. So in 1984, the transplant program began.
Here comes another one checking it out.
As this wild seal outside the holding pen demonstrated, the seals of Kure are beginning to pull back from the brink of disaster.
This has got both yellow and gray tags, so that means it's a transplanted one, just like these were. So this is one that was probably brought here 2 years ago.
Every day when there are seals in the pen, the biologists trap fish out on the reef and bring them ashore.
Right.
Somehow it's tougher to catch a live fish than a frozen one. They'll soon get the hang of it, and in a couple of months, when it's certain they can fend for themselves, the young seals will be released. Meanwhile, they may be getting some more company. Only 6 pups were born on Kure this year, and this is one of them. She's 2 months old, just weaned, and she's going into the pen as well. Although Coast Guard personnel are now under strict orders to keep away from monk seals, for the first few months of a pup's life, it's still at its most vulnerable. Head Start, as this program is called, is designed to get them through that risky period.
Hi.
Right now, she doesn't seem to appreciate this kind of help at all.
There you go, girl. All right. There you go. Come on, girl. Just swimming.
She doesn't know which is worse, the humans on the beach or the strangers in the water. In any case, it's important for her to get wet as soon as possible, just in case she overheated during her stretcher ride. That's wet enough. If all goes well, there will be 4 more females with an excellent chance of surviving on Kure.
I think it's safe to say that the majority of the females that are on the island now are immature animals that we've either seen born here in the last 6 years and have been through this Head Start program, or we have brought them here on the plane as we just did.
Let's hope the seals are here to stay, but for us, it's aloha.